Hello, this is Alessandrina from Dexter and Alessandrina. And today I'm going to talk about emotional release and why it's so important to essentially have a process where you clear, heal, release, and integrate emotions optimally. So, we're not going to focus on practices specifically today. I'm going to maybe name a few practices that you can use for emotional releases. The intention for this video is really to help you understand the benefit of having a process for emotional release. So sometimes we'll get triggered into a negative emotional state and we'll immediately react to that, feeling like we're somehow lacking or failing, or we're doing something wrong, or we're bad. And when that happens, what we're going to do after that happens, in addition to judging ourselves and getting into a judgment cycle where we might also punish ourselves and make choices based on essentially our judgments of ourselves. What can also happen in addition to judging ourselves is we can then suppress or repress the emotion. So rather than allowing us to really understand what came up and why it came up and therefore to be able to resolve it, we actually will, after judging ourselves, not accepting how we feel, we will suppress or repress the emotion and therefore just bury it down and it will be there. It will still be inside of us and the trigger will still exist and therefore will still be potentially influenced by whatever fear or belief or expectation or judgment in us is creating the emotion. So whether it's anger, resentment, hatred sometimes, sadness, depression, dejection, rejection, whatever it is that comes up for us, if we judge it, if we don't accept it, then we will repress or suppress it either fully or part of it, or we'll distract away from it. We'll use something to kind of bring us some form of temporary pleasure, and therefore when we do that, we won't address it and we'll stay in the cycle. So the cycle of emotions and reactivity. So the intention again for this video is to really invite you to not only resolve things at the level of the mind and to really have a process where mentally you can map the process of your emotions, why they're coming up, what fear, again, expectation, judgment, or belief is bringing up the emotion, and then to actually work with the emotion at the level of the energy. Because the mind, going into the mind and understanding is wonderful, and it does create shifts in your energy, and it's also not completely comprehensive, meaning it's not a full solution. So working with the energy means that as you bring up the energy in your system, you're going to transmute it, you're going to be able to clear it, to release it, to heal it, and then to integrate it so that the energy is now back into alignment with your greater good, with your intentions, with your goals, and it's much more helpful than getting angry, getting sad, getting frustrated, feeling hatred towards self or others or situations in life. So now that you kind of understand the benefits and why it's important again to work at the level of the energy so that the emotions can clear, I'm going to give a few examples of techniques that you can use. And there are many. I mean, there's so many different techniques out there to clear emotions. And, I would say that none is better than another. What is important is that for you, you resonate with it, it works for you, you've tried it, and you do get some release. Meaning, let's say, for instance, you feel very angry. On a scale of 1 to 10, number 10 or number 9. And then you use the technique and it's like a 1, or maybe you don't even feel it. So that would mean that the method, the technique is working for you. And so it would be the technique that you would want to go back to, and you can try other techniques and also kind of go back and forth. Personally, Dexter and I were using many different techniques, and for different situations we'll use different techniques, and sometimes more than one technique for the same situation, so that we can comprehensively address whatever emotion has come up. So there's the Sedona method of release. There's soul healing, which is a process of going into the back of your heart and just observing whatever phenomenon, whatever emotion, whatever sensation you're feeling, and that transmutes the energy. There's the forgive and forget practice from Dr. Pankaj Naram, which is basically an Ayurvedic marma practice, acupressure practice with breath work. There's the yin way breathing, which I'm going to make a video of over the next couple of days or weeks. And you'll have that also. It's very profound. It's a technique in traditional Chinese medicine developed by a specific group that is very effective in clearing emotional charge in the system and whatever we are not processing or haven't processed in the past. There's the Ho'oponopono mantra, which is great. If you have done some of our meditations, we have the Who Is It process, which was designed by John Jones as a derivative of a teaching from Ramana Maharishi. And then there's also the I am my fear, I am my belief, I am my judgment. And that technique is a technique that was also developed by John Jones, and it's used basically based on teachings from Jiddu Krishnamurti, which is a wonderful teacher. Mantra is very powerful to clear negative emotions. There are so many different mantras that can really help you clear negative emotions. So that's just some of them. Qigong is great also. And again, many other techniques that you can use to, help you clear negative emotions. Kundalini techniques, different forms of using your Kundalini energy also to clear. Reiki energy healing also, applying the hands-on to a negative emotion and having an intention to clear it, that also helps a lot. So those are some of the techniques. I hope this is helpful. Sending you lots of love and hoping that you can use this understanding, this knowledge, and also the techniques that I've described to help you achieve transmutation of negative emotions and be able to redirect your energy positively in your life towards what is going to bring you the most happiness, the most joy, the most inner peace, the most resonance with the universe or God or source, and feel connected to yourself and to others and to the planet and the universe.